What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and remember months and months ago when some of the original Yas Queen Free Britney people were reporting that Britney Spears and her sons had a great relationship and that they visit each other all the time? Remember how I told you all that that was BS and people acted like I was a hater? And then 2 weeks later, it came out that Britney's sons hadn't seen their mother in months. Turns out I was right. And turns out things have not gotten any better between Britney and her kids. And now they are ready to hightail it out of LA. And they are preparing to move to Hawaii. But first, Britney has to give the okay. And if not, then they are going to have to go to court in order to move to Hawaii, because these kids, they want nothing to do with all of the random attention that they get because of their mother. They don't want anything to do with Hollywood. They don't want anything to do with LA. They don't want anything to do with the spotlight. They are ready to try to live, I don't want to say a normal life, because I think it's going to be rough for these kids to ever live a normal life. But I think they're just ready to move on to a different chapter. All of this stuff that's going on with Britney Spears, at the end of the day, she's not our family. You know, we check in on the situation and we check out and we go about our day-to-day lives. Britney Spears' kids don't get to do that. They live with this reality 24/7. There's no escaping it. There's no escaping what is going on with their mother. There's no escaping the crazy fan base that has threatened their lives multiple times in the past simply for being upset that Britney continues, their mother continues, to pose nude on Instagram and what have you. Now, over the past few months, I've noticed, and I've talked about it, it feels like Britney has cleaned things up just a tad bit. I don't know if it was Britney, maybe realizing that what she was doing on social media was hurting her sons, or if Britney's team finally stepped up and told her, hey, you got to chill out, or maybe even Instagram itself, because no one is allowed to post the type of things that Britney has been allowed to post on Instagram. But let's go ahead and dive into this article. Britney Spears' kids plan to move to Hawaii with father Kevin Federline. Britney Spears' two sons want nothing to do with Los Angeles anymore and plan to move to the Aloha State for a more private life, away from the attention swirling around their mother, according to sources with direct knowledge. Our sources say Kevin Federline, Britney's ex-husband, had his attorney, Mark Vincent Kaplan, fire off a letter to Britney's lawyer, Matthew Rosengart, who, by the way, has made over $6 million for nothing, asking if she'd be open to letting Jaden and Sean relocate to Hawaii full-time with their dad and stepmom. Sources say they want a response from Britney by week's end. If Britney objects, Kaplan will go to court and ask permission from the judge. And given Britney hasn't seen the kids in more than a year and the kids want to leave town, it's likely the judge will allow the move. We're told it's unlikely the case will end up in court and Britney will approve of the move. More than likely, they say. Our sources say Victoria, their stepmother, has a job offer at a university in Hawaii, and Kevin has DJ opportunities there as well. And the kids are eager to make the move. We're told they plan to leave LA for Hawaii sometime in July. 16-year-old Jaden will continue taking classes remotely, and 17-year-old Sean will have graduated high school by the time they move, though his plans remain unclear. So obviously things are not getting better between Britney and her kids, which would indicate to me that maybe things aren't getting that much better with Britney. I would think that if things were getting better with Britney, that this relationship would have been mended by now. But that's obviously not the case. And I don't know if the damage that has been done can ever be fully repaired. At the end of the day, they're always going to be their mother's kids. Britney's always going to be their mother. They're always going to be her sons. So family dynamics can be weird. It's hard to understand a family's dynamic if you're not in that family. But I've always understood their complaints and their concerns. And, you know, I usually don't feel bad for celebrities' kids because they have it really good, you know? But I do, and I've felt bad for them for a long time. Because unlike most celebrities' kids, the actual fan base of this celebrity, Britney Spears, they hate Britney's kids. They treat Britney's kids like they are public enemy number one, and so does Britney. Britney won't hesitate to attack her own children online. Therefore, she gives the message to her fan base that it's open season. It's okay to target, attack, and harass my kids as well. I'm doing it myself. Why shouldn't you? So the dynamic that they're living with and that they have to deal with every day is completely different than the kids of most celebrities. Not to mention, every day, not as much anymore, but there was a point where I know they had to be embarrassed by the fact their mom was plastered on Instagram nude every day. Now, it seems to me that that has died down. Why? I don't know. Hopefully, Britney is on a path to try to mend this relationship, because I believe it's probably the most important thing in Britney's life. I don't know if she realizes that, but I don't think that we will ever get a fully okay, mentally healthy, stable Britney unless she stabilizes some of the relationships in her family, mainly her kids. If you want Britney to be a fully mentally healthy Britney, a complete Britney, then she's going to have to mend this issue with her kids. I would assume that the turmoil that she's going through with them contributes to, I believe it's detrimental to her mental health. If you're dealing with mental health issues and then you add on extra issues, like I said in one of my last videos, Britney's already dealing with enough inside. You add that with the fact that she's going through issues in her marriage, and then you add on the fact that her kids don't talk to her and want nothing to do with her. It's a recipe for disaster. So in order for Britney to straighten out, I feel like she needs to straighten out some of the relationships in her life first. I think she needs to start there. You get rid of the outside issues, and then you could conquer the issues from within. But let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.